Hello, Raw Food Rehab. It's Friday. It's July the 17th, and I'm thinking this is about take 5 on the video today, and no matter what distractions come, I'm going to make this video, okay? I've had a good day today. I've been on the phone probably about 6 hours today with a multitude of different people that I needed to handle some things with different situations, personally, professionally, blah, blah, blah. So my ear hurts a little bit. I was really eager to say, I can't talk to anybody. I've actually got the ringer turned off on my phone again, which I've been doing a lot of lately, so that I can just focus in on what I want to talk to you all about today, and that is the topic of all these life practices that we've been talking about and that we're going to talk more about as we move forward. I equate that to life practices are actually a practice of learning to embrace and love yourself. And I'm venturing to guess that a great number of us who are in this raw food rehab experiment have struggled at some point or another with not loving ourselves. And some of the choices that we have made, we're living through those consequences even now, today. And I think it's a real serious, heavy subject, but I think it's one that I can't leave unturned, because I know in my life there have been bouts with, self-worth issues. I mean, I could go on through the list, which we've talked about this before, and I'm not going to go into it right now, but you, as you're watching this right now, you know if you have issues with maybe you don't have enough adequate love of who you were created to be. Because maybe you have believed some of what someone has told you. Maybe that you're not attractive. You don't have what it takes to be the person that you know in your mind, somewhere down deep, that you were created to be. And you're not living that full life, that full open life of abundance in who you were created to be. So I think that if we can't get to a place where we really begin to work on nurturing and loving ourselves because we're worthy of it, because we feel that we're worthy to be loved by ourselves first, and not just looking for love outside of ourselves in people, but that we learn to identify with ourselves who we truly are and find the love there, I don't think the diet's going to work. And yes, people that don't have self-love can go on diets and they can lose weight. But I think a lot of people that really struggle with loving themselves, and they might not even realize that that's the issue. But what I'm working on right now is chapter 7 in the book, and it's life practices for ageless health. And in that chapter, which is going to be very much going hand in hand with the cleanses and the diet program that I'm outlining, we'll be talking about things like body movement, proper elimination, body and skin care, getting enough sunlight, finding a space of quiet where you can pray, meditate, or take time for some sort of spiritual practice. And then the last thing is building community, which that is what we're doing here on Raw Food Rehab. It has been a great gift to me to watch you guys, to watch you and to listen to what you're saying to each other and to me, and to see the feedback and some of the transformations that maybe aren't necessarily so much weight related as they are that they're transforming thoughts in your mind that are beginning, certain things are beginning to click. And that doesn't mean that you might have experienced the success that you would have liked to here, 40 some odd days into the experiment, but you're beginning to, connect the dots a little bit better. And maybe some of you have decided that you're going to take on a 3, 7, 14, or even the 28-day cleanse. That is an act of making the choice that you're going to love yourself enough to care for this poor old body that, oh, Lord knows we have done damage to in years past. We have not been good stewards and adequate caretakers of this gift that we have been given. And so I view all of this as a new opportunity for us to scoop up that little wounded person inside of ourselves and be like, you know what, you are worthy. You are worthy to be fed properly and take your body out and get some sun, not to the point of sunburn, but, go ahead and give yourself the gift of love by walking yourself around your neighborhood, or if you have a track near your home, different things like that. And being part of a community is so vital, because when we get isolated and we get off in our own little world and we get all into that, it's oftentimes a very negative place when we get isolated. We're not going to be thinking about all this stuff that we're talking about. And, it's great because I've felt at different times in my past that the sense of community that I have had, these people will come and surround you and love you more than sometimes you're even able to love yourself. And it's sort of a wake-up call, because you realize how others mirror and see you, and they give back to you what you're projecting. And it's just such a huge growth experiment that you can't really have when you're isolated. And, there's a part of me that's really sad that some of the people that started in this experiment aren't with us right now, because I know that a lot of people dropped out. Well, it could be because it was a time commitment. There was a lot of reasons. People have lives. But I know that there's a handful of them that left because they just don't love themselves and believe in themselves enough to keep trying. So, for those of you who are in this experiment, hang in there. We have got some more uncharted territory that we're going to be traveling through over the next 4 weeks. And, it's very exciting to me. And for those of you who are watching this video on YouTube and you're not part of our experiment, I hope that you are gleaning some help from some of the things that we're talking about, and that we're planting seeds in your mind of different things that you might be looking at a little bit differently than you did before. So you guys already know that I love you very much, and I'm excited because little Jen Hoppa is coming over tonight at 6 o'clock, and she has received the order, the coveted order from Love More, Andrea. And we're going to be opening the box to see what might be in the box. She and I both placed an order, and so Andrea shipped it together. And so we are getting Love More t-shirts, and there's a few other things in there. So I think it's only fitting that we get our Love More t-shirts today when we're talking about loving ourselves more. And I've also posted right under this video a really cool thing that came right across my screen of my computer before I went to make this video. And maybe that's why the video kept getting put off longer and longer, because I needed this to complete today's lesson, if you will. So, I love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend, whatever you're going to be doing. I don't know what my weekend holds yet, but I'm going to make it a good one. So, love you, and I will see you tomorrow.